This is how we do every day of the week. It's back-to-back Zambian music, and this that you're watching right now, or what you're about to watch, is how we do our interviews every day on the official Z Top 20 Chart Show. My name is Cass, and I am the greatest always.
Umuntu kupopoka kubinda sakusheta last futi muzinda ngoma 18 muntu wanzi kwitu popopo. So this is how we roll. My name is Effie Page, the radio goddess in a human form. No. They can't push it. No. Okay,
no, let me ask, because I started the conversation. Yeah. Didn't I am? Yeah. I want to ask this question. Yeah. Just put in your headset.
Sure.
Here's my question. Are you okay with my Zambians? The new trend now is Zambians saying the first.
Yes.
I'm the first Zambian to get 20,000. The first Zambian to get YouTube Shani. Yeah. Are you okay with that?
Well, I'm okay with it if it's true. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If it's true and there's proof, then it's all good.
Thank you.
Because what would not be nice is to be the first when you're ignoring the fact that there's always been somebody ahead of you, there's somebody that represented for you. So much because I'm no, me I'm the first. Nishi wa moita.
Ayanga. Let's move on. Ayanga. Because there is nothing wrong in to celebrate my small design.
Exactly.
And very many can be like if there is proof that
you're the first.
Yes, you're the first. Yes. It's true.
Yes.
So let's move on. Let's just
should they do it though?
Yes.
No, I think they should do it in the sense that nowadays, okay. I don't know if this used to happen before. What I believe is that history, right, used to be written by other people. But other people nowadays are too busy trying to make their own histories.
Yes.
So you write your history for yourself. So sometimes people want to forget.
In the pressure in now, first and foremost, you got another check on the bill, like from as an artist.
Yeah.
The part where we are looking at ourselves as maybe say as not just as artists, but Tazika Chepa Zambian artist.
Yeah.
So now that being the first, you can say you can be the. It's like Monga Muklas Muli
but
Muklas Mulimo the same class Mulimo Nangat you're 20. In your class.
Yes.
Then we'll pass a number 1 out of 20 people.
Yes.
Right? When others maybe are doing it out of 1 million people.
Yes.
Or when I'm going to say, okay, Charles Tronse, how am I doing? Because I feel like give it by the fact that Tibalanga check part to Chab, oh, Nichila Mazambians wants him, artist wants from Zambia. Well, then there are other people that are celebrating bigger wins, but they're not making an issue out of it.
It's not about other people. Guys, it's not about other people. It's not about other people. It's our Zambians.
Okay.
And also,
what does CQ have
thank
to say
you.
Okay. I like the thought. Okay, but I think everything should start from home.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The best out of Zambia is supposed to represent Zambia outside to another country, country competition.
Yes.
So, for instance, the best artist in Zambia could be CQ. All right.
Yes.
CQ is the right candidate to represent Zambia outside versus Nigeria versus Tanzania with Diamond Platinum and whatnot. So from Africa, again, the best out of Africa should represent Africa on the continental aspect. So categories.
Can you share something that says that?
What's
maybe because I'm the first Zambian to do whatever. First Zambian to do whatever. Can you share it?
Me, I can.
Okay.
No, I think I have some. I think I've got some strength.
Is it a good thing though? Would you do it?
Well, I would, and I think I've done it before.
To say the first Zambian.
Yeah, I'm actually the first Zambian artist, Zambian male artist to win the Born and Bred video of the year. I'm the first Zambian artist to have the video premiered on Trace Africa, Trace Alba, not Africa. So I have my strides.
Yeah.
So
but do you make an issue out of it?
I don't make an issue, but obviously.
Why?
Okay, story. No.
It's all good. Let's go. It's all good. The thing is, we're in a competitive industry. Okay, so you need to know that the people ahead of you have done such kind of success. Let's say, for instance, how are these young artists going to respect me? What have I ever achieved if I'm not active right now? Okay, they'll just look at me as a regular guy. But if I start coming and say, look, guys, actually, I'm the first guy that opened this door that you guys are enjoying right now. So they'll have some kind of respect. It's the same as the political leaders. If Dr. Kenneth Kaunda did not write the history about himself, we would not have respected him the way we do respect him right now. Well, he fought for independence. Were you there?
I was not there.
Of course. So he has to write, I'm the first Zambian artist to, Zambian, whatever, to become president. I'm the first Zambian president. So you have a record about you, and that's where the respect comes from. So you have to bring your.
I hear where you're going.
Okay.
And my biggest problem for me is, for as long as we as Zambians continue to categorize ourselves as the first.
Yes.
Okay, ngati munaiko nkamaniki nangu history.
Yes.
The reason why, and this is something I was sharing with my co-host earlier. That can be the reason why it's my black chitika.
Yes.
Is because we all want to be the first black person.
Okay.
None of us want to be just a black person where achita being to. Okay. Because Dangote has made money. He's not making it about I'm the first black person to be a billionaire and blah 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 blah. My point is, as Zambian artists, can we get into a situation where our goal is to build Zambian music, not being the first?
Okay. I don't agree. I don't agree.
Okay, look. We're not going to talk about that. We're talk about music. And I want to say CQ is one of the most consistently smart people I have met. Every time he does something, when music, my videos, they're always on point. I want to start from here. Have you always been guys well organized? From maybe say the time you were young, grade 8, Have you always been this?
I've always been this kind of guy. I think people that know me from school would tell you about me before I became even an artist. I think I've always been in this fashion, I've been a fashionista kind of thing. Well, I take that after my mom. My mom was like this, there's Oval, I'm queen. Why is it? So being the firstborn and looking up to my mom, and every time she would prepare herself, I'll be looking at her, but not knowing that I'm putting something on me. So it's a normal thing for me to always want to look good. I don't do it because I want to look or to shine, or to shine, For me, it's a lifestyle. It's like waking up and brushing your teeth. You know what I mean? It's a lifestyle. You're waking up and having breakfast. Like it's a normal procedure for me. I don't dress to impress others. I just dress for myself, and then I end up
looking good.
Impressing for others. The other question I wanted to ask was, let's talk about your childhood. Maybe Ulakwan. You know what I mean? What kind of, you've already told us that always this smart thing has always been there. But let's talk about you as a person. You know what I mean?
And like me, when growing up, I was like, let's see. First of all, I think, how can I put it? I think I was once upon this combo type of boy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Living in the Mayadi, but the way I would get dirty would be like, you know what I mean? You'll be lost. Like, not good to you guys, you know what I mean? But my mom, growing up, I had clothes that I would wear during the week, and weekend, Saturday, kafika, So I remember an incident where we were living in a phone park. So there were these neighbors that came, shifted on the Kujamaneva. So for example, I said, "Nambu change the chinyao So I then told you to check out. I look at Wazanga, size at Wazanga. So come guys, come size young. So the elder sisters to that boy like, don't talk on the block. Combo. They judged me from that one. Then Saturday came. my mom would not allow us to just walk. The Saturday was just bath 8 in the morning. You dress up this clothes for, you know, and have a party. But there's a chair for Saturday, Sunday, you have to look all, you know, clean and nice. So I got up, I went to my friend. Now I met friends. I know. They opened the door. I think my father was so young, so yeah, so it was a complete transformation. But our days were now the very days, and but today I was at the
Let's talk about school days.
School days, I was
school where you are grade 8 going.
Okay, grade 8 going up. I went to school in Chipata. I was at Chipata Day from grade 8 to grade 9. And I passed and I went to Chizombe Technical School. Actually, my artists didn't even understand that they are one of the most intelligent beings. Okay. Yeah, that's what I understand, because I think that their thinking capacities are beyond, you know, expectations. Just that sometimes we want to weigh intelligence by how much you have or how much you earn, but we are just caught up in this wrong industry where, you know, intelligent people are not rewarded. So if it's not a generation where Zambian artists were not anywhere, they were. Music was for the poor people. So you cannot have your child be inspired by anybody who's walking on the street. You know, I mean, who doesn't own anything. Nowadays, I want to be like Slabdi, or you see Slabdi in a big car, or you see Shefi driving a Mercedes Benz. We're not coming from that generation. For us, it was guys in the musician. It's either na madrezi, na banjo, poverty mentality. So even us getting into the music industry was very rough, because there was nobody that was very successful that our parents could say, my child would be like that, or, you know. So the child would be some until about the TV, that kind of thing.
But
so
was this dream born? While it's in school days,
for me, I started singing at the tender age of 10, you know, and this happened accidentally, where I go to church at the age of 10. And then this happens during Christmas time. So I'm at church for the first time they were acting the story of Jesus, and of course there were others that were singing in the group, choir and solo artists. So I got inspired. But I'm talking about in the 90s, early 90s. In the early 90s, there were very few churches with bands, where, you know, drums, pianos. There was that was there. So it was the first time for me to experience a live performance by, you know, kids. I got inspired. I thought I could do what they were doing, although I'd never tried it. I wasn't the type of kid who grew up singing or miming other people's songs. Then my sister was the entertainer in the house. She could dance, she could sing to other people's songs. I was more on the quieter side. But that day I was moved, and something in me said you could do it. And that's how I began. So I spotted one of the guys in the choir. After church, I quickly went to him. Hey bro, I like what you're doing, what you were doing there. It was nice. How can I be part of that? So the guy was like, no, we do this every Saturdays. We always rehearse every Saturdays. There's nothing like registration and whatnot. As long as you come to this church, you can join. Saturday night, we come face teacher. Short. I want to pick up my friend. Boy, T. And guess what? When I joined, it just took like 3 months, and I became the song leader of the choir. And some of the people I was with in that choir were Nalu. Nalu, Israel's wife. Nalu, Hezron Ngosa was part of that small choir and whatnot. So we are coming from that background where we would sing live, music at a very tender age. I would sing alone in church, alone with a mic, and the band is playing, no off key. It was just like, okay, these guys are great, and that's how it started for me. It started at a hobby, but I never knew there was a thing called talent. For me, it was just like, I can do it. Not knowing that you needed to have talent.
When was the dream born? Because it's like, you know, when you Nanganina from this angle, is you going to America, you doing this, now becoming this, you know. But when was that dream born to say, I think music is I taking that serious?
Okay, that happened. Like the time I was doing at that tender age, when I was still not in assemblies, I stopped singing. The time I went to junior secondary, I forgot about music and I started playing basketball.
Yeah.
So my dream was basketball. I wanted to be a basketball superstar, and I was seeing myself in the NBA. But then, of course, my height. But I have the skill. But obviously, I'm far away from America, where So my dream was to be a basketball superstar, like NBA. That's why I was looking at it. But then my dream changed when I met one of the uncles that used to train us at Sunday school. So it was like I made up with him, and it was like, hey, you've grown. I hope you're still doing music. Then I was like, oh no, I stopped. Now I play basketball. And it was like, no, you can't stop singing. You have a gift, and if you don't use that gift, God will take it away from you. So that's really stuck on my heart, and I was like, no, I've got a gift. So I think that was the beginning of now wanting to become an artist, and I started, practicing. Whenever I was in school, when I'm in the shower, I'll be singing around, and people were like, hey, I've got a good voice. I've got a boys to men. They motivated me. So I think from there, it was very difficult to find other artists within Zambia, because I didn't know where to find a studio. I didn't know where to find people that I could sing with. It was just me, and I don't know how I was moving, but by the grace of God, things 1 and 2 together. There was a friend of mine who was also rapping. Next thing we're recording using bedroom studio type of thing, because I already talked at my X-Buzz studio. Tatenga ka X-Buzz ukitozungana na microphone na katepu kaliza instrument ukumwimba kena ka record utazimbelela tabela mushe. But there was nothing like recording studio or an artist. There was nothing. I didn't know any of those things until such a time when there was a competition on radio. It was called the Road to Fame. So we decided to participate.
What grade are you in at this time?
I think that time I'd already completed.
Okay.
Like I just completed school. I was very young, like 17. So, ka competition kaja, tachacha, and then I win the first prize. And the first prize was to record in a studio. So they told us where Heritage Studio was, and that's where we went to record our first.
It was you and who?
So there was me, Sonda, and the other guy is late, Chileshin.
Okay.
So we won that, and then we recorded that first single. That first single was taken to Radio Phoenix, Kuli Kesmash. There was a Kashoya used to play the hot demo action. That song played once, and we got a lot of overwhelming response.
What's the name of the song?
The name was that song was called
The Kasol.
Do you remember one in Vikeda?
Yeah, I can't remember. But I know how it went, because I think we sampled Joe Thomas's instrumental Good Girls. So that song, it wasn't nicely mixed. We got it because we were excited. Took it to radio, it was not mixed. People gave us like, juice, guess what? When the song was played, who was listening? Chisha Folotine. Next weekend, Christmas was like, I got so much good response, feedback. I want you guys in the studio. He invited us to the studio. We had an interview. Chisha Frontier calls that I want those boys. I want to sign them up. Mondo. And that's how come we found ourselves at Mondo. One shot, not like 2 minutes songs, just one shot at the studio. Next thing you're finding yourself at Mondo. And during the process of now recording, that's when I met JK and made him part of my group. Because JK was a solo artist, and he had just come from the Copper Belt. So Kelvin Mwesa told me to audition JK so that he could be part of my group.
No.
Live.
Yeah.
You don't say.
I'm telling you. So,
JK, the JK.
Yeah,
the legendary.
JK himself,
Okay.
like that.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So, he was just this rough-looking guy. This guy can sing. You know what I mean? So Kelvin was like, my own body. But they was like, roughneck. Guys, but anyway. So Kelvin was like, but I think this guy is a good option. If you guys make your quartet, because we're the three of us, we're a trio. So he says those days it was like more boys to men, 4, all for one, my group say. So your group to be complete, you need this guy. Guys, you know what I mean? And then I auditioned him. I asked him to sing for me. And the guy sang for me, You're Not Alone by, Michael Jackson. I was like, but it vocal it's more dry. So, I'm about to half na tiyo in the festival. China when you I could feel the talent, bro. I couldn't resist. And I was like, you know what? You sound like me. That's what I told you. I was like, you know what? You sound like me.
Okay, you mentioned
yes,
and also you mentioned that why is in the gospel direction instead you went to secular direction?
I see, at the time, because it's an influence, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, like when I left the church, there was nobody that was in the limelight, because I think I always looked at myself doing big things. So I didn't see any...
So church is not big things?
No. I want to understand, let me tell you one thing about church and gospel music, okay? Gospel music is now become the thing now, okay? Yeah, it's become the thing now where you can motivate a young boy or girl to become a gospel
make
artist.
Money.
Yes, yeah. So that time it was just about the most happening groups, and it was like Boys to Men, All for One. Everywhere you went, Shy, all these small groups. So even me, I wanted to be like what I saw. So my motivation was, I want to be like Boys to Men. So let me start singing like them. So even that advice where Kelvin was telling me, let this guy join you guys. It was because he wanted us to have a group called, like a quartet, because that was very common. And that's how come I made JK join the group. But my friends were against the group. Because at the end, JK came when we already signed that morning. Okay? So my friends were like, why didn't this guy show up before we signed that morning? But I felt his talent. I was like, no, this guy is good. My guys are not candid. Away. No, leave this guy alone. Let him also do his hustle. And I told my friends, since I was one of the group, I was the group leader. I told them, guys, may I believe in this guy's talent. I'm going to drop you guys. I'm going to make my group with this guy. That's how much I believe in the guy, you know what I mean? I'm going to make a group with JK. I'm leaving you guys. Now because I was the drive of the group, my friends were like, okay, let's bring him in. So that's how we brought JK on the group. So if you listen to the song that we did on Mondo Rhythm Nation, it was a quartet. And that's how come JK was brought into the limelight. Yeah, so it was through me and my group, and then boom, then from then the group disbanded due to financial constraints. Of course, because so it was very difficult for him to come rehearse with us. It was almost my transport. But you find you guys are bred. As a bred, you can organize it like one coach. But now for the 1,000. One pin, guys, one pin. I could make a bus. So guys, daily different it's better chair there. So that's how the group disbanded.
Was that when Kelvin was saying JK came from?
Yeah. So now when we disbanded from Just Cause, that's when now Kelvin and JK and the other guys formed New Age. Okay. So it was from New Age that now JK took, and then.
But let's talk more about you. I love that story. Let's talk about you a lot more. I mean, then your breakout comes. How did you leave Just for Life? Because that's the name.
Just Close.
Just Close. Yes. Then because I remember that song the first time I heard it, and I think Naina ko Miss St. Mary's.
Yes.
It was a thing.
Yes.
Is it St. Mary's? Miss Roma.
Miss Roma.
Yeah.
Yes, Roma.
It was a thing.
Yeah,
I wasn't born.
It was a thing.
Yeah, it was a jump.
Hi. But that was the first time.
Yeah.
Tangena mchigig mu Japan. Papa Elise.
It was a jump.
Dragon Boys.
Yeah, team.
They were hot boys.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Now play. But let's talk about that. Bimbo manager.
You see, the struggle was real. Like after the group disbanded, I was holding the group. I was the guy, that was holding the group. I would have gone solo a long time ago, but then I was into the group thing. But you know, group things where there's no money is very difficult. 18, then now your friends are getting to college, you also need to go to college. One of our friends was offered a job, so he went to start working, and then that's how baby man. Tawisha na guys, na hivyo guys, yalimba na hivyo guys, apesa ka job. So JK na, because now JK had a beef with JK. JK brought him into this limelight.
Somebody gave you
JK went to Mondo, signed a deal with Mondo. All I needed was just to be in his album. You know what I mean? Even just a feature. You know what I mean? It's pulling each other up. You understand? And JK denied me an opportunity to feature his album. Just one day, someone. You understand? So when I went and found out that JK was signed under Moon, I was mad, bro. You know, I hated the nigga. I was like, so this guy, this is what he's done to me. So I hated JK at that time, okay? And then the guy, the more I hated him, the more the guy blew up. You know? So you can imagine the pressure I went through. I would rehearse guys 6 hours, you know, trying to find a break. But it didn't happen. You know what I mean? It didn't happen. Now everybody dropped off and I was alone. I soldiered on. I was like, no ways. I ain't gonna remain. I'm gonna make it. But it wasn't as easy as it sounds right now. Guys, it was a struggle, man. Next thing, my parents were like, ew. You know, you're watching TV and JK is there. Just go out of the sitting room, bro. This nigga. Guy blew up. What do I do so? Next time I met JK, he's laughing at me. Oh, nigga, anyway, I think your father is my fan now.
No!
You can kill yourself, bro.
Anyways, CQ is in the building, Cass and Effie on your number one radio station. CQ is still with us for the official Z Top 20 chart show. He's doing the show with us today. So, Shukuru Chan's up and Papa Jump to you. Stick around. We do the news. Go back up the other side. Man, quick to 93.3. Yeah. What do you have to say about CQ and his holiday?
CQ, no, I think you I had a good vacation. Well, a good vacation or good holiday.
My shama want to. Sometimes I have a good thing. You know, like for me, music is like my life now, right? Of course, I haven't have to hustle all the way to get to probably where I am today, where I make a name for myself, and I'm like, hey, at least I managed to get there, you know, to be known, to be a renowned Zambian artist. However, I kind of feel like the industry is growing and also not growing. Okay, because right now, I don't know, I'm just now spilling the beans, what happens, okay? But I feel there's need for us to speak some of these things out so that, you know, they can be controlled before it's too late. I kind of feel like the administration part of the artists or music or the industry is not being taken care of.
You know, that's a problem everywhere. And when DMX died, a lot of people came up and said, you know, it's that. There's a football association. Then Kuli basketball association. Then well, even I am association, I have a football association, whatever association. Somehow they come in to help. My players, whatever they're treated unfairly and things like that. For artists, Kuli.
So like we have ZAM. Okay, like in Zambia we have ZAM, but I'll be honest with you that ZAM is not a problem. It's the policies that surround you know, the acts, you know, acts. You know, I think we need to change those things, and we need to. At the end of the day, we always say Zambian artists are not organized, but I think it's not about being Zambian artists being organized. I think it's the policy makers that have just not given the policies right. Because at the end of the day, we follow these policies. You know what I mean? Look at the piracy levels. Okay, we started from CDs. First, we were pirated. You know, in our time, our prime time. You know, we'd release an album, then they'll pirate your album. Okay, nothing was fought until CDs are now like almost phasing out. But now, going to get my compilations too. Like a
best of me.
Best of time. So you see, me, I work on an album, but for my album, is at someone's discretion who feels so CQ song number 4 is the one which is making sense on this album. I'll get that song and put it on this compilation. Believe it or not, my album becomes useless.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're on those compilations. Who is getting paid out of those compilations? We don't know who is getting paid, but we know someone is selling, and at the end of the day, they are selling like mass production. None of those things have been sorted out. Look at piracy levels on our phones now, Android phones. You download the song on your phone. Me, if I like it, I'll be like, instead of encouraging someone to say, I've downloaded it from this site. It's only 3/4, it's 5/4. I don't know how much you download the songs. Instead of encouraging someone to do that, you know what? I'll share. And before you know it, that's piracy. Before you know it, everybody has your song. You go and look at your sales because your 3/4 times how many, downloads. You find that no, music is not going anywhere. So the only source of income for an artist is now performances like shows. COVID now, but kitty, no shows. How do you make money?
Yeah.
You understand? So all those issues surrounding music really affect the industry. So at least there's the help of these endorsements, which I'm seeing Zambian artists on billboards. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think it's a right a step in the right direction where Zambian companies. Yeah, I've seen a lot of billboards. So I feel that's a way to go. I hated to see Zambian companies, advertise a foreign artist. You know what I mean? Boom, you think you're proud to even say, come on, these people will never even put you there. They will, no matter how big you become, they will never leave their people and put another face. No, it's charity begins at home. We need to start appreciating our people first from here. Okay, find people that you feel can carry the brand. Of course, not every one of us has that, the qualities, to match up with the company, but at least find a decent artist that you feel you can push as, brand ambassadors. That's the only way to survive, but that's not even in the policies, because deliberate policies like that are needed, where it should be a must, not at just people's discretion to feel, I think it ain't using a bobbyist, wake up, or it should be a policy, not Mr. Compete, but the pity, but down for next year. Actually, that for me is backwardness. New Fontaine, my company Zambia, accusing foreign people. We've got beautiful people in Zambia. Why don't we use our own?
Have you seen Ethy's pictures? This is Ethy.
No, I haven't seen.
Have you seen?
No.
I will show you.
No.
She's good looking.
Right? No, like you should. Up to Zambia, yeah. But anyways, as we're about to close.
Yeah.
Are you guys friends with JK now?
No, he's my guy.
Okay, but that's
it's nothing.
Nothing. But yeah, it was a struggle. You were telling us your journey to how you ended up doing your own thing and all of that. But just share with us in Munga.
Okay, like just to long story short. JK Kaipaja, he was on top of his game. I hated the guy. I wanted to make it. I almost gave up, but I say I ain't gonna stop. This guy's made it. Even me, I can make it. But it wasn't that easy because now I became a solo artist.
When you say it wasn't that easy, because when I come by my name,
I know.
That time there was just 2 studios that were making sense. Okay, it was Roma Site and Sling Beats. I'm coming from Yumbayanga, and then I don't have transport money. I would walk from Yumbayanga to Roma Site. Okay, I go to Roma Site, I was like, oh, you're not taking, yo, bro, man. I mean, I think Kabula Chip of Thursday was it. Hey, bro, you walked all the way. Oh, but Thursday, okay, cool, bro. I walked back to Mbanga. Thursday, oh, yo, man, one of the killer boy, Kabula Chip of Tuesday was it. So I would strap, bro, like tirelessly, because of passion.
That one pin.
No, the one pin was 1/4. It was like 1/4. It was just for a bus fare. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, but I when I became a solo artist, bro, I'd walk, and all the way I'd just be singing until Roma. Sometimes he'll make me choke. Just wait, was your word? I can record the guys. I would record. Well, the guy, I go there 10. He's recording people. The time he's finishing recording those people, it's 18 hours. And I'm looking at it's getting dark. I don't have transport money. You know, 19 days in front of studio boy. Are you ready to record? Inside that boy. You know what? I'll start, and now because it was late. Instead of using shortcut, I had to go through the road to Roma. He rode greatest road car until Zambia drive, and Zambia drive all the way to High Court, Independence Avenue. Go, you can imagine.
Yeah.
It was a marathon. But I'd reach home tired. Midnight. Now, Baba 18 hours go home. Midnight, you pick it. What you going to do? Let's go to studio. Guys, you understand? So it wasn't easy. But I went to Sling Beats. Now, Sling Beats was in Charleston. So I had to make hustles every day to look for transport from New Banga to town, to Roma to Sling Beats. That's why I recorded Dimbola Kuteng. Dimbola Kuteng was not initially my kind of song. Okay? This happened like I go to the studio, it was my session. I find Charlie making this Dimbola Kuteng a beat. So in my session, I'm looking at the time, everything is like, anybody knows no record. I got confused. Charlie, I'm going to beat. Charlie, because I 30 minutes here, boss. I'm feeling this beat. Let me just finish. But we need the time, guy. About that, do you like this beat? No, but never made a change. But since I don't I like it. I'm okay, you're going to get it. I like it. No, okay. About series of Chipanga because I 20 minutes. No, what is that? Put something. I was blank because I'm an R&B guy. You know, I'm a slow type of guy. You know what I mean? Put something like that, bossy. To be honest with you, I didn't come to record this type of music, but I like it. You want me to write something for you? Not yes. Charlie started writing that song. It was just copy and paste. That's how Charlie wrote that song for me. I started feeling the song halfway. The only part I contributed is that's the only part I contributed. I left the studio that day depressed because I didn't do anything at the studio. I went home upset. Next day I got to the studio, the guy mixed it. Now I couldn't remember not even one word. The guy is when I'm studio, it's my song. I released the song because I didn't like it. But people were saying, yeah, it's nice. I released the song. When I released the song, bro, Kesmash was my housemate. He was the top DJ. I give it to my friend to go and promote my song. You know what he told me? You know what they said, this song of yours is too fast. It's too fast. I can't mix it. All night die again. You know, so I can't mix Dimbola Kuteng with the Nasty D and Master song and you know and the lyrics. So I know, just reduce the tempo, like 2 mid tempos, you know what I mean?
And I think he was in his right mind.
He was in his right mind, but you see the way it is with music, you guys, that's another story for another day. I feel, you know, radio is not about showing off the same type of pattern of music. No, you can play a slow song and put an advert and start putting a fast song and the rumba you can mix, but you guys, the new DJs, tempo. If you consider tempo, all the radio DJs have become club DJs. Guys, the radio. You know how we lost track of good music. Everybody feels like Chandana K's music is the in thing. All these guys getting inspired, they will not listen to a song that was done by Ebo Chungu because Ebo is alone. You understand? So everybody is playing beats at that tempo. So they'll, even when I go in the studio, I'm thinking I want to make a hit song. I'll tell the DJ first, you watch out fast. mixing on because if you play a song that is like this, it's a pop song. Believe it, it's an international song, proper song. It won't see radio. That's the reason why I started. No. Tell me of my song.
We play.
No, I'll tell you one thing. I've got a new song. This radio station has ever played that song. It's a slow song.
But who did you give it?
Yes.
No, I've given to every station.
No, did you give it? Did you give me?
That's good.
I know.
No,
that's quick to have.
Okay, tough person. But I'll be honest with you. Anyway.
Of all honesty.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking as a guy that looks for music. Instead of waiting for music to get to me. You know what I mean? We in the music department, but I take time to go and look for music.
That's good.
That will play on the show.
That's good.
Right? And it hasn't got to me.
Yeah.
That
song, it's a slow song, but I know how Zambians behave. Na zile tatu, oh, hii nyimbo si za kalida pare. Nikanchaichechi video chikali. Ndemo ni machaira na patch video chikali che pa.
Chaina pa TV.
Chambole kache pati. So I'm making my rounds on TV because TV doesn't choose it. Whether it's a fast song, as long as it's a video, they will play it. Slow, fast, shiny. Radio DJs, tempo.
But anyways, let's do this better. Where's CQ now, and any last words?
Well, CQ still are very active, although I'm a businessman now, you know what I mean? I'm not just looking to make a name in this music business, no. I want to make money. I want to be that rich guy, you know, that I'll inspire, you know, young kids and, you know, parents who point at CQ, say, I want you to be like CQ. You understand? And that's the way we should go. So I'm trying my best to also just drop something, just patari for relevance until things are sorted out. You know, when I drop my music, money pass at $1 million, yeah, because you appreciate it. Because look at what happened to Dave, huh? You know the reason why people mourn Dave? I kind of feel like people mourn Dave a lot. It's more like they knew this guy had reached a level where he was giving the music that was good, but then they didn't pay him. So when That's
true.
You know what I mean? So
like
you know, they didn't pay this guy because he was too good, and they didn't pay him. So they had to mourn him like that. Like the only thing they could just to cry. You know, and you know, because you're supposed to pay. You know, where talents, you feel blessed with the talent. Pay. Not even street bit of money. What come at you that money to shank 5 quarter? Yeah, even 5 quarter full of Pasay. What come at you that animals take 2 quarters? You understand what I'm saying? That's 1 quarter. I'll feel appreciated like that. Not all was in different month animals to my villa money, but doesn't have like a politician. The musician, she was more that you know, what's if in the chief, you know, so and the amateur would take us pass around.
Okay, talking about your plans and as we wind up and get to conclusion. When is new music? Mshamleta plan bomba kuna abantu wali was in the new world change na ke na your mouse.
Your program yo obueli but sana you know I'm a planner. So therefore kumono kufili kuntanshifisa. So me, if I work with these guys, what's the outcome? Is it just making a name, or I have to get paid along the way? Because I want to get paid. I'm grown up now. I got kids, you know, to take care of. I want my kids, you know. So I'd rather concentrate on things that I feel will bring me money quickly and take care of my family than we're just going to make a name where I don't get paid. I want to get paid. So I want to do my plans are there, like to just do music. I mean, I'm talented, and one thing I always tell people is that look, God can't give me a gift which He will take away. So in a sense, I can see that until I die, you know what I mean? Maybe then that's when my you know. But even 20 years down the line, I want to believe you'll be playing CQ after. You understand? So people still not see it. All right. You know, that's what not see it out. That's the point. God doesn't give unless another could see one. But that's not a gift younger.
No, but tell me unless there was another year one.
Yeah, but as long as God gave me that gift, believe me, it's there with me. All I need to do is just work hard and catch up with the new. You know, with the current. Because at the end of it, the talent is already there. So if I'm not working hard to catch up and get to know the new tricks or what the guys are doing, then it's Asalina. But if I work hard and catch up with them, I'll be on the same spot. But I've seen one thing about people's perception about old musicians that have names. we become enemies from nowhere. When the studio from says it's like you want to take the space. You know, man, and I'm thinking, look guys, music industry, the music industry is big, guys. It's like a tree, okay, with different branches. And you know, you go to this branch, and then Dalama, you know what I mean? So you choose which branch you want to go to. I'm not taking anybody's seat. You know, my shine is mine. Believe it, you can't take it away. And that's the reason you know what I mean? People feel uncomfortable, but I'll tell guys, see the program, you understand? People watch, acceptance. Let me show you the way. You understand? So at the end of the day, I think there's room for old musicians and young musicians. Stars, look at them. They're all twinkle in the stars. You know, the stars. We look up in the sky. There are billions of stars out there. They don't fight to shine. No, they shine. So tend to shine and do a star. My masters were just stress were master. Bangala down not to see Kabula the shine money. So tend to judge my program. And I drew up in my program Zambia. But there's one funny part that I just felt like, oh my God, why would someone think? Someone recommended me to perform at the wedding. He's got nice wedding songs. I think he should come. But Pangram arrangement. Sikyo, I think you should come for this wedding. Final day, Shiwinga. Sikyo, no, me, I'm not comfortable with Sikyo. You know what? Sikyo, Gabuela Varasuch, Yokuchira. On your day, I put Wanani Juba. Ata sikio mapara baninga kakuchira. Hiyo deni yanga hiyo. Sikatile shaina. Wale sikio kabla suti okuchira.
Why is that too many for that you agree?
But you are about news that guys mama wanza tisata. Sana zaendira nikadao payment kazange na. Wewe shirini ngalapo kama mtati sikio ngabwena suti okuchira. Pambo yanga na suti yake kuchira yanga.
Man. But we need to book another day for you.
Yes, please.
We want to say thank you very much. Man. There's moments when we do interviews, and then there's moments when interviews are done. This interview is done. Thanks,
man, I appreciate, man.
Thank you for coming through. We're waiting for that.
It's great too.
New songs.
One
Step Vanyo and Vanamina Monume. Throw them at us. We want to make sure that we push the music to the highest level.
Yeah, man. No, I have a lot of stories to tell. You learn from me, man. You learn from. Actually, I'm the first guy.
Anyways, talking about being the first, yes, CQ is probably the first at a lot of things. But allow me to play this song. And I've interviewed you a number of times. And all the time, I've made it a tradition that I'll always let you go with this very song. It's actually called Napeza, done by CQ.
I did it in 2010, man. Yeah, man. You know, I was the first guy like that.